Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Female Striving Over 30 podcast. Today is our last episode of the season before we take a break for Christmas and we come back in January refreshed with like a new set of topics and guests. So before we start talking about what the episode of today is going to be, Jasmine, let me know how have your week been, your weekend, etc.
It has been good. Trying to think. Oh my God, I just like my brain turns to like someone asked me, and I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember 10 minutes ago. How has my week been? It's been very work focused. There's loads going on. Like Mila's got her Christmas play on Thursday, so that's cute.
Nice.
She's an angel, so she'll be doing a little dance and stuff.
Cute.
So that's coming up. I saw a thing reel earlier on Instagram, which is like parents at Christmas when the school's messaging them. It's like the Grinch dancing, and it's saying like, "Don't forget to bring something red in for the raffle. Make sure your child's wearing non-uniform on this day. This is Christmas jumper day. Don't forget to make a chicken costume from scratch." That's like stuff.
The busiest time for parents.
So we've got loads of stuff going on with that. And then I've been busy with work. There's some stuff happening with work, but it's not all confirmed yet. So maybe I can talk about that in the new year, but I'll be doing
Yeah.
some new things at work. So it's nice. I'm feeling you mentioned last week that whole like December, like declutter. I feel like I have had I feel like at the end of the year, everything quietens down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like everything seems to slow down a little bit. And I feel like I've got a lot of headspace. And I've got like these things that are now coming into fruition that will be focuses for the new year. And I'm feeling good about it. I feel good about leaving some stuff behind and moving into new things.
Yeah. I mean,
What about you?
We said, right, like we are going into bigger and better things. So yeah, 2026 is the year, right? They said 2025, the year of the snake, has been terrible for so many people. It's time to shed things. And then 2026, year of the horse.
Oh, it's the year of the horse, is
years
it?
of the, I think I don't know if it's the horse or the super or the running horse or something like that. There is a horse.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay. Yeah.
It's
Galloping into 2026.
Yeah, so basically saying like everything that you left behind, everything bad that happened is just going to be better. So whoever had a really bad 2025 is supposed to have a really good 2026. So fingers crossed that's the case.
Yes.
Fingers crossed that's the case. But yeah, for me, I've been quite busy. So last Friday, I went to a candlelight concert in Ely Cathedral.
Oh, I saw that. How was it?
For like with the Michael Bublé Christmas song. I mean, a bit disappointing, I'm just gonna say. And I'm just gonna say it now here because I'll put it whenever I'm back into social media to do post in my own account. Not like now you can see stories in the podcast one. But a bit disappointing because, you know, like when you see these candlelight concerts, you see these videos and these photos of like so many candles and beautiful. And I arrived and I was like, why there is only like 12 candles? Like, you know, there was not that many candles. And I'm like, for the amount of money that people paid for tickets, they had money to buy extra candles, you know, to just make it like more, like it's a cathedral. Come on. It's like, it's not like a small space. You need to make it big. Anyway, I was like, okay, whatever. It's still nice. Like I love cathedrals. I love churches. I love all, I think that's incredible. And then, okay, come on, he's out. He's going to sing. He looks a little bit like Michael Bublé and stuff. He sounds like him a little bit. And then he's like the most boring man in the world.
Oh,
and I'm gonna send you a video, and I might put it in the stories. You know, if I get it, I might put it in the stories. And he's just like singing and doing this.
Oh no!
And I was like, I mean, I get it. You know, the songs are not like for performance. I know Michael Bublé is not like it's not Beyonce that does the dances, but come on. This charisma.
Walk around, get eye contact with your audience.
It's a cathedral. It's a big place. Like, get the audience. Like, you need to be big so the people in the very, very back can see you, right? So I was just like telling Oliver, like I was just looking at him and I was like, if you don't like it, like, we can go in the interval, like, I'm not
Yeah,
very
yeah.
bothered to stay here the whole time. And, well, at the end, we stayed for the whole thing. But also, in the middle, in between, like, the beginning of the Christmas songs, he starts singing other Michael Bublé songs, like the James Bond song, like Fever
Oh,
and all
yeah.
of those.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, yes, I like those songs, but I thought this was the Christmas concert. So, like, what is happening? What the
Yeah. Oh,
hell? Like, and I was like, waste of money. Clearly, waste of
yeah.
money. But well, I can say I did it.
Mhm.
Um, well, that was it. Then the Saturday, I did my Christmas tree party, my annual Christmas tree party with my family. So we had like my nephew around. We built Colombian buñuel. We built baked
Oh.
Colombian
Oh,
Colombian
what's that?
buñuelos. So
What are they?
they are like cheese balls.
Oh, I love a cheese ball.
So good,
Okay.
so good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make me some
Yes,
sometime, or we can
yeah,
make them together. You can teach
yes.
me.
I can teach you. It's so
Yeah.
easy.
Okay. Yeah.
So we did that. We baked cookies and decorated cookies, and then we put up tree and decorated and stuff because in Colombia it's a
Mhm.
tradition that every December the family gets together, the kids decorate the tree. You had the buñuelos, everybody eats it with hot chocolate and stuff. It's like a thing that
Oh,
I do every year.
yeah, yeah.
So it was
Mhm.
so exciting. I'm so
Oh,
happy. And yeah, I started the housemaid book and finished it on the same day. So
yes.
I am
Mhm.
Jasmine now.
Yeah.
I am like reading lots of books now in the Kindle.
Maybe I need a Kindle. I'm not keeping up now with this new pace.
Yeah. Um but yeah, like that was so good. I'm excited. The movie's coming out on Christmas.
Oh,
On
oh, okay,
Christmas
so I need
Day.
to
No,
read it
Boxing Day.
first.
Boxing Day.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for that now that I've read the book.
Mhm.
I got today a small treadmill for the house so
Oh,
I can start like
mm,
walking and stuff
yeah.
when it's raining because with all the IVF medication and everything, I feel like very puffy, very like
Mhm,
retaining like water and stuff. So I'm just like I need to start moving.
mhm.
And I just did a little bit today as I was watching the PDD documentary on Netflix,
Oh,
which
yeah, I haven't
is
watched it yet.
wow,
Mm. Mhm.
wow,
Okay, I need to watch this.
yeah,
I haven't watched I've seen it, I've thought about it, but, like, I felt like, right, I need to be in a
yes,
certain
yeah,
headspace to watch this, and I
yeah,
wasn't, so I was like, "Not yet."
yeah. I mean, like it doesn't really go on all of the things that happened recently
Mhm.
until like the very
Right.
last
Okay.
episode in it.
Mhm.
But it talks about like the whole story of PDD, like since he
Mhm.
started in the industry. Lots of things. I don't know. I've learned a lot of things that I was like, whoa, what was he involved in this? Was he involved in this? Like, what? What?
Mhm.
Crazy, crazy. It's good
Okay.
to watch. I think it's great in a way. Well, great. Like, who thinks about it? Like, first of all, like, did you ever see Kanye West movie that Netflix did on the
No.
cinema? Okay,
No.
so similar to P Diddy, right? They hired a videographer to film them in
Mhm.
a certain amount of time. For Kanye West was like
Yeah.
years. I think it was 5 years or something like that. And then they don't pay these people, so they end up selling the footage to somebody.
Ah,
And I'm
okay.
just
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
if you know the type of content that this person has been recording,
Yeah, yeah. Pay them.
pay them, pay them, because it's not gonna look good on you when someone else gets the hands on it.
Pay them to take it and burn it.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I'm just watching like, and I'm like, man, like honestly,
I could never sorry, one second. I can
yeah.
hear my dog I think my dog isn't allowed upstairs, and I think he's
And it's
opened the
like,
gate, and I can hear creeping, and I'm just gonna check, otherwise he'll be in bed with Mila, so
yes,
just give me one second.
go, go.
Okay, false alarm. He was still in his bed.
Yeah,
All is good. Um, but yeah, like, I couldn't I don't know, I think even just from, like, normal interactions with people, at the end of the day, I'll think about, like, "What have I said? Did I say something that someone might have found offend" like, I could never have somebody following me around filming me because I
yeah,
would be obsessive. I'd be like, "Can I watch back everything to edit
yeah.
out anything I don't want?" to
Mhm.
not that I do anything that's even bad, but I had hate to think someone else had control over, like, my image in terms of, like, cutting it however they
Yeah,
want, or I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
or
Because, like,
mm,
with the, Kanye thing, that movie, we know that Kanye kept saying, like, Kim Kardashian was the worst, that she was doing this and she was doing
mhm,
that.
yeah,
And then you see the footage and you're like, "Man, this woman was a freaking saint."
mhm,
Because
yeah,
trying to deal with you and the way that you are behaving
mhm,
and around, like, the family and everything, I'm just like, kind of like looks bad on you now.
yeah,
Like everything
yeah,
that you did and
yeah.
how it looks now.
It's like on reality TV shows though, where they go on and then like Love Is Blind has had loads of things like this before, where one person says something, but then they can roll back the footage
Yeah.
and
I mean,
like
like, "I've
show
never
that that's
said
not
this."
what happened. It's like, why would you even? Why? You know you've been being filmed.
Yeah.
Why are you making things up? It's so strange to
I don't
me.
know. I don't know, but yeah, you watch the documentary. I need to
Okay.
finish the last episode,
Yeah. Okay.
um, when it starts to get a little bit, like, crazy,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that has been my week. Yeah.
Maybe our first episode back after Christmas in the new year, we could do a review of everything that we've read and watched. You know,
Okay,
like
yeah.
the best content that we've consumed over the break.
Mhm.
Because then we can talk about some of the books we've read and anything
Okay.
we've watched that's worth watching.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start making notes
Okay.
now.
Yes. Okay.
This
Me
will
too.
be like our recap. This is what we've been up to. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about a topic that is very close to Jasmine's heart, pun intended. And we're just going to be talking about the British Heart Foundation, all about heart health, that is obviously connected to what happens to Jasmine's dad. So, can you tell us a little bit about what happened and why we're
Mhm.
talking about this now? For anybody
Yeah.
that has not been listening to previous episodes, you should all have been listening.
So my dad at the end of last year, can't believe it, like it just feels like
Yeah.
yesterday. It kind of feels like a lifetime ago and also like yesterday is very strange.
Hmm.
But October last year, my dad was taken into hospital to get his lungs drained. So he had fluid on his lungs. They didn't know why, they couldn't figure out what was going on, but he was taken in to get the fluid drained and to have investigate what it was. And then when he was having his MRI scans to check his lungs, they found um, something on his heart. So very fortunately, we were all there visiting my dad that night. But we thought like getting your lungs drained is a fairly
Hmm.
not that not of that invasive, I
Intrusive. Yeah.
guess. It's
Yeah.
like it is like a it, we weren't particularly worried about him
Hmm.
at that point.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were concerned about what it might be, but it wasn't something that was
Yeah. The
that
procedure
concerning.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but then we were all there, then a man just came in the room, and told my dad and all of us that they'd found a tumor on dad's heart, so that he basically had to have it out right now. So dad was blue lighted to Glenfield Hospital, it's called, in Leicester. They have a specialist unit for heart operations. So a lot of the people that I've spoke to now that are part of the British Heart Foundation Women's Board, a lot of them have had surgeries and stuff at Glenfield because it's well known
Hmm.
for its heart, like the heart research and their heart
Yeah.
surgeons and stuff like that. So he got taken there, and then by the next morning, he went into open heart surgery, was in it for like felt like a whole day. It's a long operation, it's a really long time. But fortunately, it all went well. The tumor was removed, and then he had good recovery after that. It's obviously when it happens and then you see them straight after, they look very unwell because it's such
Yeah.
a major surgery, which is
Yeah.
scary. But in fact, I was surprised how quickly you recover. So he was like home not that long after, and he recovered really well. So that was that, and then really, I feel like from there it's just like, well, the tumor's gone and that's it, and you get on
Mhm.
with your life. And they just like checked in with dad about symptoms and stuff like that. But then more recently, in the last few months, dad went with various symptoms. And then he's been diagnosed with, I'm going to read it because I can't say it off properly, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, it's called. Um, he's still in the early stages of it, so I don't know, like, not much has been done on that end
Mhm.
either, so there's not much for me to talk about. But I guess one of the main things is we found out that it's genetic, which I was
Mhm.
when my dad had the tumor, I did start to research the type of tumor he had, and I did find something then that talked about it potentially being genetic, but nobody ever mentioned it to me. So I
Mhm.
thought it can't be that, the hospital aren't that concerned because nothing's been raised. But with this new thing he's been diagnosed with, it's a form of heart disease. Or it might even be under heart failure. I'm not 100% sure, but that is genetic.
Yeah.
So now I'm going through the process of trying to get testing.
Yeah. So obviously, um, when your dad was diagnosed with the tumor, was kind of
Mhm.
like obviously found after, and thank God that he had to get that scan done. But did he had any symptoms that might have maybe like pointed out to like there might be something wrong in the heart? And there were what were the symptoms that he had this year before he got diagnosed with the heart disease?
I don't know everything specifically, to be honest. He was getting checked for his lungs. I think that got discovered because of shortness of breath and those kind of things. I think that's
Mhm.
the symptoms that were happening when they found the stuff on his lungs, and then
Mhm.
that led to the tumor. And I'm not sure, to be honest, this time. I
Yeah.
haven't really, because it's still such early stages and he's just found out and
Mhm.
stuff. I've not spoke to him in that
Yeah.
much depth about all of it. But I believe it was something similar, shortness of breath,
Yeah.
those kind of things, the similar
Mm.
sort of symptoms to
Yeah.
last time. Yeah.
I think like it's one of those things like the heart is kind of like the main, I would say like the main organ, right, in our
Mhm.
body. Like whatever, like it just moves absolutely everything
Mhm. Yeah.
inside us. So it's quite scary whenever they tell
Yeah.
you something
Mhm.
like that, right? Um, Also, like when they discovered the tumor, they didn't know if it was like a benign tumor, if it was like something bad, right? Like they couldn't tell until they opened him.
So I'm pretty sure I think from the scans they could tell us that they thought, because of the stuff he'd been having with his lungs and getting fluid
Mhm.
drained and stuff, I believe he'd had a series of blood tests because they were investigating what it was. So that can usually tell you, I think from those I mean, I'm not an expert at all, but I think from those sorts of tests they can normally tell if there's abnormalities in other things,
Mm.
whether it might be something
Okay, okay.
else. So
Mhm.
I'm from what I remember, I think when they told us that it was what it was, they told us it was benign before he had the
Okay,
operation.
okay.
But obviously they could only tell us as much as they can see on a scan.
Yes.
I think they prepare you for the fact that we don't know what we're getting until we're
Mhm.
removing it.
Yes.
Um, but I'm like, personally, I've always been really scared of like the thought of any form of medical
Yeah,
intervention.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never really even liked having like blood tests and stuff. Always been a bit of a wimp
Mm.
with anything like
Yeah,
that. So for me, the thought of like heart surgery was like, I just
yeah,
couldn't even like
yeah,
imagine having to go through that, or thinking about somebody that I love going through that. But if anything, I think him having that and seeing how well he recovered, for me,
yeah,
it was like, wow, like, one, we're so much more resilient than I ever
yeah.
expected, like, as human beings, and
Mhm.
also how advanced, like, it's
Yeah,
amazing. The
yeah.
fact that surgeons can do that and someone can
Mhm.
recover, that's an amazing thing. And I think in a way it's made me less scared
Yeah,
of those things. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I went into my first surgery last year, like I've never
Mhm.
had general anesthesia before, and I was
Mhm.
petrified because I was like, what if I don't wake up?
Yeah.
Because even
Mhm.
though the procedure is like nothing, right? People don't wake up from the
Yeah.
smallest thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously, like if I had to go as well for heart surgery, I would be like even
Yeah.
petrified because that's obviously touching like something that is there, like the main thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
S- So obviously, like after that happened, you joined the British Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
So I knew somebody, she's called Melanie Meek, and I met her years ago through volunteering for Age UK. So I used to volunteer and go to like Age UK and hang out with the people that went to Age UK that might be lonely, and we did like a tea dance and stuff. It was all really
Nice.
nice. And she used to be the fundraising. I believe she was the fundraising manager at Age UK at the time,
Mhm.
and now she's at British Heart Foundation. So she's one of the fundraising managers at British Heart Foundation. And so I'd known her a long time. And then she came to speak at my Women's Empowerment Day for
Okay.
International Women's Day in
Mhm.
March.
Mhm.
And she also judged International Miss UK for me. So actually, we'd been in contact, and I've been talking to her about the work that I wanted to do to raise money. So I think a big way that I coped with what was happening with dad is when he was in the hospital and going through the surgery. The hardest bit for me was having like no control over the situation and not being able to do anything. Like there
Mhm.
was nothing I could do to
Yeah.
change the
Yeah.
outcome of what was going to happen, to help him. Like I had no power in that
Mhm.
situation. So my mind straight away went to like, what can I do to make a difference in this area? So even when he was going through it all, I think to like keep my sanity, other than just thinking about and hoping he was going to be okay, I was thinking like, okay, maybe I could raise money to donate to the hospital to improve the facilities or to go to research. And then it got me thinking about obviously British Heart Foundation. Is there anything that I can do so they can do more research to improve things for other people that might be in a similar situation, or even like whatever's going to happen with dad in the future, is there ways I can help with the services that are going to support him? So I'd already started thinking about that, and then I did a Santa fun run.
Oh,
um
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
so I did that in December, so only 2 months after he'd had the surgery, and then was chatting to Mel because we're in contact with each other. And then she said, I'm starting this women's business board, East Midlands Women's Business Board, and I think you'd be perfect. And there's all women on it that are they've all been impacted by it in some way. So there's a
Mhm.
woman on the board who has the same thing that my dad's now been diagnosed with.
Okay.
And there's other people that have had family members who have unfortunately died from something to do with their
Mhm.
heart, or are suffering, or have been diagnosed with
Yeah.
something. So we've all come together, and we're like going to be planning events and raising money in lots of different ways for British Heart
Mhm.
Foundation as well.
That's great. So, like, obviously, the British Heart Foundation, we've seen they have like a lot of like charity shops everywhere
Hmm.
country. They're doing
Yeah,
this raising awareness. Was the British Heart Foundation the one that campaigned to have like um
I know
the
what you're thinking of. You're
what is
thinking
it
of
called?
the
The heart
what
thing.
are they called? The
I was
machines.
gonna say CPR, but
Hang
it's not
on.
CPR.
Yeah, so CPR is what you do it
Yeah.
yourself. What are they called? I do know this.
Defibrillators.
Yes, defibrillator,
Defibrillators. Yeah.
it's tongue
Because
twister.
like
Yeah.
I thought of you when I was at the cathedral concert
Mhm.
because I saw like a defibrillator in
Yeah.
the cathedral, you know,
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
doesn't go with the decor, but it was
Yeah.
there, you know, it's like it's important. It's important to
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
seen it in a couple of places within in cities,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of like in places because I guess like a lot of people could have been saved if there were more
Yeah.
defibrillators around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like what you're doing, being part of that board and raising money for research and all of that is very important because as you say, this gets to an age. I don't know if there is like a specific age where we are more prone to have heart attacks or
Let me
if
have a
it
look.
can happen, and I've no idea.
So, let's see on here. They'll have some things of age, I'm sure. So, do you remember as well? There was two women that also spoke at my International Women's Day, Empowerment Day, and one of their babies was born with with something wrong with their heart, and they
Yeah,
raise
was
money
that
for tiny tickers. Yeah.
yeah, is that the women that do the ball?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So even here it says 13 babies will be diagnosed with a heart defect. This is today in the UK, so this is per day.
Mhm.
480 people will die from cardiovascular disease. Around 130 of them will be younger than 75. Because we
Mm.
often, I think we relate heart disease with certain demographics of people.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking to you before we started the recording about, I think it's meant like seen a lot as a male dominated
Mhm.
disease, whereas actually a lot of women can get heart disease. Um, and I believe it's from fairly young. I don't know the exact ages,
Yeah.
but it's something that affects women a lot more than
Yeah.
people realize.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess, yeah, that's true. Like, it's always been like males having heart attacks, even like in movies and everything like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think like I've never seen a woman saying like, "Oh, I'm having a heart attack." It's always
Yeah.
been mostly males, right? So I think like we unconsciously don't think like we are like
Mhm.
one second, as at risk as
Yeah. Mhm.
males for
Yeah.
having heart disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking like once we get into the new year and we're doing other episodes, I'm gonna ask Mel to come on and maybe a few
Oh
other
yeah,
women from the board, because obviously the people that work for British Heart Foundation will be able to give, like, she knows all
better.
everything.
Yeah.
She'll know all the details. So she'll be
Yeah.
able to go in more detail about, all the facts and stuff behind it. But even just from being a part of that and hearing about it and just hearing about different people's experiences, it's one of those things where it's like we can't be aware of
Yeah.
everything that's happening in
Yeah.
the world all of the time, but it's not until you go through an experience that it opens your eyes to
Yes. Yeah.
how many people are affected by that same. It's like you with your IVF journey, like it's opened
Mm.
your and mine from being along with you, like opened your eyes to the issues with it and all the people that are suffering
Yeah.
and going through the same thing. So
Mm.
because I feel like once your eyes have been opened to a problem, it's very hard to
Not pay
ignore it.
attention. Yeah.
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 So I
Absolutely.
think once you know it's there, you like at least I feel like I want to do as much as I can to help
Yeah.
that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you were reading like these statistics and like
Mhm.
like this many kids, like babies
Yeah.
will be born with this and that.
Mhm.
And like what I have been seeing with like, infertility, people going through IVF and
Mhm.
a lot of things like regarding cancer in general and stuff, right?
Mhm.
It just makes me think like what has changed in the way that we live today
Mhm.
that we are so prone of having more diseases like this.
Mhm.
Like what is it? Is it our lifestyle? Is it
Mhm.
our food? What is it that has changed? Or is it that because is there is more research out there that we find it earlier?
Yeah. Yeah.
So no,
It'd be interesting to know whether um because I wonder whether before, like years and years ago, whether there were
mm,
more like unexplained deaths.
yeah,
Like I guess
possible, yeah.
when yeah, medically, whether
Mhm.
was it less advanced that they could actually like identify the root cause and all. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know, but definitely I think there's something to be said for all the other outside factors. It's like what we were talking about on one of our other episodes of just like how much is expected of us now.
Yeah,
Like the amount of things that we have to fit into a day is just like I don't think we're designed to live that way.
yeah,
So just even just natural day-to-day stresses of life surely are not,
yeah, yeah.
you know. I think especially when it comes to heart things and stuff, it says like you've got to try not to get stressed. It's like in
That's
state like
easier
how
said
do you
than
get
done. Yeah.
I'm gonna be stressed about needing to not be
Yeah.
stressed. Like
It's
that.
like, I shouldn't be stressed. And then you end up hyperventilating and getting more stressed.
But this, like, I think it's the thing is now, all of a sudden, now that I'm going, so I went to my doctor and then they've basically referred me to
Mhm.
a place where I would get the genetic testing, which I believe I think it will be like a blood test, and
Mhm.
it's just to see whether I carry the gene. So I
Okay.
guess it's more, as far as I'm aware, I don't know, maybe they do scans and stuff as well. I'm not
Mhm.
100%,
I mean, that'll
but
be
I think
nice,
yeah,
because for
I
a blood
think they
test, they should
can
do it straight
yeah,
away. There shouldn't be
yeah,
a referral to wait months.
yeah,
should not.
Yeah.
They better do more than that.
I would like, for me, I think just having, like, a full body MOT would just
Yeah,
be reassuring
yeah,
just to
mm,
know.
of course.
Um, but it's now got me thinking, like, the reason I'm wanting to do the genetic testing is even if there's nothing now, if it's something that I know I have a gene
The
that means it
potential.
could happen to me, then I can change, my lifestyle from now.
Mhm.
But then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, why is it that we need,
A
something like
scare.
this to happen? Like,
Mhm.
why does there need to be something to make me think, "Oh, I need to change." It's almost like we are if you think of, like, processed food and everything, for
Yeah.
example, right? Say if I was to they was to say that I need to eat less of that and stuff
Mhm.
too,
Mhm.
then why are we even selling it? I don't like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because
it's
I mean, I
almost
guess
like, why
we
are
are
we
in
letting
a
people do it?
we're not in a preventative society, we're in a
Mhm.
reactive society.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
until something happens, we're not gonna put anything in place. And
Yeah.
why, for example, those type of foods that we know are not good for anybody
Mhm.
are what most people can afford because prices are not that high. And
Yeah.
then like the food that we should be eating that was eaten, I don't know, 30 years ago, now
Mhm.
is so expensive because as soon as you put organic with no, I don't know, pesticides or anything like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
is going to be like 50% more expensive than the one that is
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
around plastic with like thousands, like, like
Yeah.
not the most healthy.
Mhm.
So it's it's one of those things, is right? Like people now need to think about financially as well what they can afford and what not. And then we get scared like that and then okay, let's change
Yeah.
our lifestyle. So
Mhm.
what have you done since your dad had the surgery? Have you changed anything in your lifestyle?
I think it's made me reevaluate
Mhm.
massively. So, I've always been somebody who overthinks a lot. I've always been prone to being quite anxious about things. I worry a lot about doing things wrong,
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. So in that sense, I think even just when he went through it last October, coming out of the other side of that, I was like, what matters is the people around me and their health and
Mhm.
my health.
Yeah.
And it just puts a lot of things into perspective. And there was actually a lot of things at the time that were really upsetting me that were happening
Mhm.
other things that were happening.
Yeah.
And at that point, I chose to let go of them and not to worry about them anymore because it was almost like, okay,
Doesn't
that
matter.
there's yeah, like if my family and the people that surround me are healthy, then that's the main thing that matters more than
Mhm.
anything else. So I think that had a big impact, and it really made me reevaluate how I spend my time as well. We've talked
Yeah.
about it before, but I feel like I was always on like a hamster wheel of like
Yes.
more, more,
Yeah.
next, like
Yeah.
do more, do more. And I think this year I've really slowed down and just
Mhm.
started thinking about what do I value and how can I live a more balanced life.
Yeah.
So I started my reformer Pilates and stuff. So
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I went through a big health kick during this year at one point. I don't know if did I talk about the fact that I was eating like eggs? Like I was
Oh,
eating
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
8 eggs a day.
you said, like, the protein powder and everything, yes.
I was eating like 8 eggs a day in all different forms. And I was doing weights and running and stuff, which I
Mhm.
really want to get my running back. I
Yeah.
found it really hard in the winter, to be honest, and
Yeah,
I've not really been doing it.
it's not it, that's why I got my
Yeah,
treadmill.
yeah.
It's not it going out now.
Um, but I think more than anything, so I wouldn't say I've made as many health changes as I would like to yet.
Mhm.
I think I'm fortunate in the fact that I've never smoked or anything, so it's not like
Yeah,
there's like
that's
a
good.
habit like that that I've got to kick.
Mhm.
So it is all things that I can do and that are within
Mhm.
my ability to be able to do. And I'm definitely
Yeah.
more balanced. I think even ever since I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant and I had to cut out sugar completely, I've never gone back to the way I was pre
I see, yeah.
having.
Yeah.
gestation diabetes because I think I'm just more conscious of the fact
Yeah.
that the effect sugar has on your body. I'd never even
Yeah.
thought about it until I, like, had to cut
Yeah.
sugar out, and now
Yeah.
I'm a lot more balanced with things. Um, but I guess just, like, realizing that my health and well-being physically, mentally, and all of that comes before anything else. And
Yeah.
I will never let that go for other things again.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a great outlook because yeah, at
Mhm,
the end of the day, we matter more than being in 1,000 places. Like, I much rather be alive and be
mhm.
healthy and be good than, you know, go on places. Let's have FOMO. I
Yeah,
much rather have FOMO and just be okay than just making sure that I am everywhere and making sure that I'm not missing anything because
yeah.
it's just one of the things that we said, right? Like we stress out. Stress is not good in any type of form.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And for anybody listening, if anybody's listening that runs supermarkets or whatever, like please don't price food that high. We want to be able to buy food that is not just frozen, that is
Yeah.
like more fresh. Because
Mhm,
you know why? Like one of the things that I miss a lot, and then I don't know if it's just like here, like where I live, it has been removed, and where you live now actually is you have that. But I remember Tesco's used to have like a counter for like fish and stuff, and they will just like
mhm,
you can just like, oh yeah, I want this many kilos of salmon or whatever, and they kind of
mhm,
give it to you and you pay for it and that's it. But they
mhm,
removed it, so now everything that you buy is packaged, right?
mhm.
So the one that is
Yes.
fresh in a way, right, is packaged, is so expensive. But then you can buy the fish frozen, but then also how good is frozen stuff? It's
Yeah.
and then you start reading about like when I was going through this whole fertility type of thing, and I was just reading about like you need to have this vitamin D, vitamin D, but this all vitamin omega, whatever, whatever, whatever. And it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's better if you get it from food. So buy salmon, buy this, buy that, and I'm like, how much is gonna be my daily shopping
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
able to be healthy? To
yeah.
make sure that I replenish every single vitamin that is missing in my body because
Mhm.
our lifestyle has
Yeah,
made us, I don't know, be unbalanced inside us. Like
yeah.
how much,
Mhm.
like you want to be healthy, but they're making it very, very difficult to be healthy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, like eating proper healthy food. That is true.
Yeah.
Do you still have like where you are, like in your Tesco? Because I think Sainsbury's has it, but obviously Sainsbury's is a little bit more expensive than Tesco's.
So
Does
we
your Tesco
have
have it?
Morrison's, I
Mm.
think, is our best
Oh,
local one that has counters. So
oh, nice.
Morrison's, I believe, still has counters
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if our Tesco does. I shop at Sainsbury's.
Look at you.
Purely, do you wanna know why we shop at Sainsbury's?
Yeah.
Because we can't stand busy shop it's, like,
Oh, I
slightly
see.
less busy because it's
Mhm.
slightly more
More
expensive, but
expensive. Yeah.
we're willing to do that
Yeah.
just to have a slightly more pleasant
Yeah.
experience because we both can't stand I can't
Same.
stand it when
Same.
someone's got a trolley ramming into my behind while I'm
No.
walking around, which I've
No.
literally had a woman pushing a trolley into my backside before, and I'm not having it
What?
again.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I mean, I usually shop like later at night, so there is usually not that
Mm,
many people.
yeah,
But obviously,
yeah,
once I have kids, that's not gonna be the case. So
yeah,
maybe I'll shop to
yeah.
Sainsbury's too, by then. But but one of the things like I've seen here like I don't know how to pronounce butchers, like shops
Oh,
like
yeah, butchers. Yeah,
butchers,
yeah. Mhm.
but they don't sell fish. So there is no like a
Yeah. Mhm.
fishmongers. What are they called? Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Fish
Maybe on
shops?
markets.
Yeah.
So if you like
Oh yeah,
I think
maybe.
I don't know if our traditional market in town, we used to have more of a traditional market,
Mhm,
and now it's
mhm.
become more of like a cool market. You
Yeah.
know, like they've done it up and done
Or
like a
like all
cafe in it, and it's
markets.
almost
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not really a market. It's like
Yeah.
indie shops in a
Yeah.
market
Yeah.
situation.
And cakes and
But
stuff.
I think they have like a think it's still there. They had
Like
a like a butcher's and a fish. I think
fish.
they and vegetables, you know, like fresh food kind of
Mhm.
market.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe there. But yeah, a lot of the
Mhm.
supermarkets don't seem to.
To have that anymore because I guess people were not. I mean, and I get it because obviously it was a little bit more expensive.
Yeah,
Then it's complicated, right? Because you want to be healthy and just get all the healthy stuff, but then we're also lazy because we don't want to buy fish with like 1,000 like spine, like what is it called,
yeah, yeah. And then
like you have
also that's gonna
to
go out
clean
of
it.
date too fast. That's
Yes,
the thing.
we need
Like
to
if you
buy
don't
it
put it
for
in the
the same day or
freezer.
the next day. Yeah,
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
of that. So
yeah,
we're getting ourselves into this. I don't know,
yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, we need to start taking care of ourselves
Mhm.
better to make sure that we try to avoid getting into a scary situation. So
Yeah.
make sure that we
Mhm.
move, make sure that we eat
Yeah,
as healthy as possible.
yeah,
Yeah, 80/20. That's we can have some processed foods, it's fine, like
yeah, yeah,
crisps and stuff.
yeah.
But try to eat more healthy. I think that's gonna be my resolutions for next year. It's just gonna be
Mhm.
getting back on track with like more like better meals to take care more of
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. I think that's the thing. I think what I've got the thing that I've got trapped in the past is I'll, like, go really hard at one thing. So I'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be healthy," and then,
Mhm.
the problem is I will put all my effort and energy into doing exercise and eating, and then other things drop off. So it's like, I think it's trying to find a way to maintain
Mhm.
a
A
balance. I think
balance.
the biggest thing is just knowing when to say no to things and,
Yeah.
like, only taking on as much. Like, for me
Mhm.
next year, one of my biggest things is that I want to work, and I don't particularly want to be doing too much in my time outside of that, because that's
Mhm.
my issue before is I'd say yes to everything outside of
Everything.
that.
Yeah.
And then when do you have the time?
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
then
know.
literally impossible. If you haven't got the weekend to prep healthy
Oh, wow.
food or whatever, then when are you gonna do it? That's
Yeah.
just not gonna happen.
Yeah. I literally was thinking about it the other day because I was just thinking like, how did I do this? Like when I was doing
Yeah,
bodybuilding, I was just like, I was motivated. I was going to the gym. I was prepping, and I was like, yeah, but I was not doing anything else.
yeah,
I was just
mhm,
literally going to. It was work and this. I didn't go out like
yeah,
weekends. Nothing. It was like nothing.
yeah,
I was just like centered. And I'm
mhm,
like, oh, maybe that's what I need. Like what you just said. Like
yeah,
don't do weekends. Don't need to be packed with activities.
yeah,
It's okay to just be
mhm,
home
yeah,
and do nothing and read our books
yeah, yeah,
and have family time and
yeah.
our food and all of that. And that should be what we try to do next year. I mean, I think this year we did it. I think we've been pretty good
Yeah, I
about
think there's been a shift.
yeah.
Like, we've been on a journey from, like,
Mhm.
when the podcast started and the stuff we were doing to now. And this is the way to do it. I think I feel like it's been gradual, natural changes. And whenever I try and like wedge a change into my life and be like, right now I'm gonna be like this, it's
Mhm.
like impossible. It's really
Yeah.
hard to just switch off one part of yourself and start like doing something completely different. It takes
Mhm.
time to like retrain
Yeah.
your brain and habits. And I do think we've changed a lot
I think
in
we
the
have. I think
time.
we have as well.
Yeah.
And I think as you just said, habits. We need to try to build those habits. I am like
Yeah.
when I started going through this IVF thing and all of that, I didn't really want to. It's not like I really didn't want to do anything. It's just like
Mhm.
I was so bloated and everything that
Mhm.
it was uncomfortable to do anything. So my
Yeah.
mornings, I didn't go exercise. I didn't really go walk or
Mhm.
anything. So I stayed in bed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as soon as you start doing that, it's really difficult to to
Yeah,
change it.
yeah, it
And I'm
is,
like, I
yeah.
used to wake up at 5:30 to get
Mhm,
ready to go to the gym. It
mhm,
doesn't matter how cold it was. I used to do things. Even in my house, I was doing my Pilates at home and everything. And as
yeah,
soon as you start like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of like changing completely and being lazy, like a
yeah,
sloth.
yeah,
I'm a sloth now. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm really trying hard to get that,
yeah,
change that. It's hard.
yeah. But I do think we go through, like, phases of our
Yeah.
lives, and that is okay for that to happen, because
Mhm.
I think the worst thing is that the more pressure we put on ourselves when we're going through, like, anything,
Mhm.
it makes it even harder for me, like, for me personally, it makes it harder for me to get out of that. Or to change. I That's one of the other things where I feel like I've just learned to be a lot kinder to myself over time,
Mhm.
and like when things happen with dad, instead of being
Mhm.
I've always been the kind of person that feels like I'm wasting time. Like if I ever feel like I haven't got a goal or like
Mhm.
say if I go through a phase and I think I don't know what's next for me, I
Yeah.
would almost like get annoyed with myself that I felt like I was wasting time and I
Yeah.
needed to make a quick decision and get on with
Mhm.
it or whatever. And now I feel like I've realized that it's okay to just be like, actually what I need right now is to just coast and check
Mhm.
out a little bit
Mhm.
and just like process it and think about
Yeah.
it. And I think sometimes that's when we have our best like ideas or
Yeah.
epiphanies for what we want. And I
Yeah.
think it's the same with like you've just been going through a phase of your life where that is what you needed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you needed mentally.
Mhm.
That's what you needed at that time
Yeah.
to help you through what you're going
Yeah.
through. Like people would argue probably that going for a walk a day would probably be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if that's what felt if that's what you felt like helped you through that time,
Mhm.
then that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and we need to be able to tell ourselves, like, that's fine. That was a
Yeah.
phase of my life. That's how things needed to
Mhm.
be. And then
Yeah.
we always have
And
the
that's
chance to change that.
and that's why I got my treadmill because now I feel like a
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah.
Like
You're on your treadmill phase.
yes. Now then I'm like, "Oh, haven't been doing all of this and now I feel like a potato." And I need I need to remove all of this extra water and things from my system.
But this is what I mean. Like now you feel like you can.
Yeah.
And that's what the thing we like is okay. We should listen to ourselves. Like sometimes I feel like right now I can't do something, and culture and society nowadays would be like, push through, like you've
Yeah.
got to work to get what you want, like there's no rest, like you've got to push through to, and like now I'm just like, you know what, if I feel like I need this time
Mhm.
to be a sloth or whatever we're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I need.
Because one of the things that I was going through this weekend when I was just like, okay, I don't know why I wanted to look at those diaries that I show you
Oh
the
yeah,
all the
yeah,
time
yeah.
again, and I was just going through it and reading,
Mhm.
watching, looking at the photos, and I was like, I was so happy back then, and
Mhm.
I was not exercising. I was just, I mean, obviously, yeah,
Yeah.
our body was completely different. If when you're younger, you can get away
Mhm.
with a lot of things, right? But I was like, and I was so happy, and I
Yeah.
didn't have these things telling me like you need to do this, you need to do that, and
Yeah.
giving that
Yeah.
stress. And I'm like, I'm gonna go back to that because, as you said,
Yeah.
in a way, it's also probably that is also going to help you get into a state where you're not stressed. And we know that
Mhm.
stress can cause many of these
Yeah.
issues that we have been talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it gives you a lot of clarity. Like if you don't have any time to reflect, like if you don't ever stop,
Mm-hmm.
then you could just be going and going in a direction you don't even want because
Yeah.
you're too focused on doing the next thing that you haven't had time. Like now, I feel like it's important for me to like I don't make snap decisions. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
take time to think and
Yeah.
think like have some peaceful time
Mm-hmm.
to be like, okay, what do I actually want? Is the
Mm-hmm.
direction like there's certainly things that now I'm realizing, okay, I'm shifting my direction in life is shifting a little bit, and my
That's
focus is
okay.
going on to some things that are different to what I had before. And part of me wonders if everything hadn't happened the way they had this past year since everything happened with dad, would
What would
I
you
have
be?
done that?
Yeah.
Would I just have kept going? I probably would have
Mm-hmm.
just not even ever
Yeah.
stopped and kept going. And then where would I be now? Maybe not
Yeah.
even going where I actually need to be.
Yes.
But now I've reflected.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and again, making a point as well to what you said before, right? We need to be okay with changing
Mhm.
and to do maybe something radical is like, oh, that's so like I didn't used to do this last year and I'm doing this thing that is just like that's not me. But maybe that's you, and kind of like avoid having a health scare that
Mhm.
is going to properly made you go to slow down or
Yeah.
changing this, changing that, you know? So
Yeah.
at
Mhm.
the end of the day, our health, I think, is one of the most important parts because I'm pretty sure like when your dad was rushed to the open heart surgery, that's when you start thinking like, "Oh my god, have I spent as much time as I wanted with
Mhm.
him? Have I been present? Have I been doing that?"
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, like why do I need to be out every weekend
Yeah.
doing things and
Yeah.
instead of like seeing my family or like or doing
Mhm.
whatever it is that makes you happy and you
Yeah.
know.
I think, like, after that happened, every time I saw my dad, like, we went on holiday
Mhm,
in of last this year, earlier this
mm,
year, and I remember just before I went, I just, like, I honestly, I could just cry with, like, happiness of that I was
mhm,
getting to go on holiday with
yeah,
him. You know, just, like, things I would sit on holiday and just, like, look across the table at him and just, like, that was enough for my heart to just be like, "Oh,"
yeah,
like, I don't know, it's just those things that you don't really like, we sometimes I think we just go through life and we're just doing
yeah,
we don't really take the time to,
yeah,
like, appreciate the moments that we're in.
mm,
And I
yes,
don't think I didn't feel like life was as fragile as I did. Like, it's had everything that's happened, I think, has come with, like, blessings, and it's
mhm,
also come with obviously, it's, like, reminded me that the people that are around me aren't gonna always be there,
yes.
which
Oh my
I
god,
never it's not
I don't
something
even
I
wanna
ever
think
thought.
about that, that makes me
Yeah. It's not something I'd ever really thought about, to be
mhm,
honest. It's not like some obviously, I knew, we all
yeah,
know that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's not something that I'd really considered deeply
yeah,
until all of this happened. And then now I think there's this is why I want to do less and have more time just with my family and stuff
mhm,
because it's really, like, shown me that time isn't you're not gonna have time with those
yeah,
people forever, and
yeah,
that having that time with those people is, like, the most important thing. Like, when everything's said and done,
yeah,
they're like, the life is about connection and being with people and being, like, present in the world that we live in and taking in the
yeah,
world and the people around us more than it is about anything else and some of the other things that we get a bit, like, sidetracked with and lost in.
absolutely.
Um, so, yeah, I think it's made me sadly think about death a lot. I felt
Yeah,
I said this to my mum not long ago,
yeah,
like, I think about death a lot now.
yeah,
I think about my own,
yeah,
and I have thought about it a lot, but it's not in a way that's like, "Oh, no," like, it's kind of in a positive way,
mhm,
or at least I've taken it in a positive way, that
yeah,
because I'm so aware of that,
yeah,
I'm doing everything I can to make the most of the
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and makes sense because like in a way we we said like right like our parents we don't really think that they're gonna go now.
Mhm.
Like we're
Mhm.
still young, right? So
Yeah.
you're just thinking like, oh, they're still young as well. Like until they're in their 80s, we are not gonna think about anything
Mhm.
possibly happening, right?
Yeah.
But it can happen at any point, and then that makes you think, okay, now it's been this health scare, but honestly, any of us can go at any moment,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
car
Yeah.
crash. Like that is one of the
Yeah.
I would say like one of the main things. And we drive very often, right? There is so many
Yeah.
things that can happen. And it's
Mhm.
just like, yeah, we need to slow down. We need to make sure that we spend time with the people that we love, that we
Mhm.
make those memories for
Yeah.
whenever that happens when they go. Hopefully, when they're very, 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 very old, we
Mhm.
can remember how much love and joy brought into our lives being with them.
Mhm.
And then I was gonna say something else. I forgot about it. I
I
was
think
anytime I
while you
remember.
while you're thinking about it, the other thing for me is, like, just people at work, for example.
Mhm.
I used to be somebody I mean, over the years, I have got more cheesy,
Yeah.
um, I would say, than I ever was, a bit more like that. But, like, I make sure I tell people if I think something nice about them,
Yeah.
or if I
That's
want to
what that
say
was the thing that
something,
I
I
forgot.
say it.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, I will now let people know, like, even if someone does something small for me and I think, "Actually,
Yeah.
that's really touched me and had a big impact on me," I'll make a point of saying to them, like, I hope you know how valued you are and how
Yeah.
much I appreciate what you've done for me, and kind of let them know that, or do small
Mhm.
gestures for people so that they know how I feel, because I think, I don't know, it's just like it's just made me think that I need to. No, I don't want anything ever to be left unsaid.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, in making sure
Yeah.
that you tell people that you love the people that you love them, making sure that
Mhm.
you don't go a day of, like, telling them, like, how much they mean to
Yeah.
you or whatever,
Mhm.
making sure that you say nice things to people that you are around.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not like when they go, but when I go, you know, I
Yeah.
want people to remind me, no, remind, no, remember me by what I told them, and have like a good memory of me as
Yeah.
well as I will have of them.
Yeah. And I would always rather somebody think that I'm a bit cheesy, or a bit
Yeah,
like, or think I'm too nice or whatever, than ever then think,
to
if
your
that's
face.
how I feel on, yeah, if that's how I feel on the inside, I would rather people, even if some people find that uncomfortable,
Yeah, but like, what is she
somewhere
about?
inside of them they would prefer that someone's being nice to them, right? Like, I
Yes.
feel like it's so, it's so easy in this world to be like made bitter or
So
resentful,
easy. Yeah.
yeah, by people's actions or whatever, and it's just not worth it. Like, it just,
Mm-mm.
don't ever let those things like affect who you are, and
Mm.
like try and be true to who you are, and
Yeah.
be that person who is the light and is like
Yeah.
nice to people and shows people they appreciate them. Because even if people don't appreciate you doing that, you've lived by your
Yeah.
true thoughts. I don't know, does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, 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 that makes sense. Also,
Yeah.
like, this took a turn, right? Like, talking about death and everything. And when I'm gone, remember me.
Well, I guess this is the reality of this
It
year
is.
and the
Yeah,
impact. Yeah,
it
that
is.
is the reality.
It is, it is, it is, it is. But, yeah, I am so happy that you are now part of that, British Heart Foundation, the
Mhm.
what was, like, the Women's
Women's Business Board.
Business Board.
And
Yeah.
I am gonna be running 10K in 2026.
When? You don't know yet?
I think it's in April. I don't know the
Ooh.
exact date. I'm doing it with work, so
Mhm.
I've put British Heart Foundation forward as the charity, but I'm sure
Yeah,
other people
good.
will put charities forward. So I don't know who that will be, but I'll share that nearer the time. But I'm also planning to do something else
How
next
much
year
was
for British Heart
your
Foundation.
how much was your Santa race last year? How long?
5K maybe, but I did
Yeah.
that. Was it 5 or 10? I did that with Liam and Mila, so I
Mm,
walked a lot of it because we had
yeah.
her on our shoulders. She
Mm.
was younger at the
Ooh,
time.
so it's gonna be like a
Um,
proper are you properly gonna run?
yeah. I've
Wow.
only
How
ever ran a
many
5K. I've ran a full 5K just running on my own, but
yeah,
that's the longest I've done actually running. So
yeah. Well, I'm proud of you because I
yeah.
don't think I will ever be able to run. Only if someone is chasing me. That's all. That's all.
Well, I'll
Other than
sign
that
you up and then I'll chase you around.
yeah, but it needs to chase me like with like a knife or something. Like
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
can
like
do that.
properly like either you run or you're done. It needs to be that type of chasing. Other than that, I'm not running. I'll be like, yeah, you go.
I would do that, but you still know that I didn't mean it, and
Yeah,
that's the
I
thing. It
know.
wouldn't have the same effect, would it?
No, you're gonna have to hire someone to pretend.
But other than that, maybe me and you can do a fundraiser together, because I want
Yes.
to do something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But I haven't decided what, and I'm really scared of heights, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could ever jump out of a plane or anything like that. But we
Yeah.
can think of something. Maybe if we wanted to do a meetup, so maybe we do an event and
Yes.
we could
Yeah.
split it between like an IVF charity and the British Heart
Yeah.
Foundation
I
or
was gonna
something.
say like we wanted to do the females striving over 30 meetup
Hmm.
somewhere.
Yeah,
So it's like that would be like a
yeah,
good idea to do. And then the other thing that I was gonna say, like actually jumping out of a plane is pretty cool. Like it's scary AF. Don't get me wrong. You know, you're there and you're like,
yeah,
I'm gonna die here. You know, like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just gonna be
yeah.
like splashing like on the floor. But then when you are in the air, it literally feels like you are flying
Oh, I don't think I
because
could
the
do
air
it.
holds you. It's so,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was amazed because I didn't think that was that was
Okay.
even a
Do you have
thing.
footage of this?
I do.
Okay, can you share it on the
Yeah.
Instagram? Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
will
all
share
want
it
to
because
see.
I did it. That was my birthday present many years ago because Ollie is a skydiver.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Does he do it regularly?
Not anymore because obviously it
Oh,
costs money and
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, he used to
Wow.
do it a lot. A lot. He has
Wow.
his own
Yeah.
parachute and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So he got
Okay.
it for my birthday, like
Mhm.
many years ago. And it was so much fun. To the point that
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I might get my license," you know? And then I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
"Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is what you need to do. You need to jump by
Yeah,
yourself." I'm
yeah,
like, "No."
yeah. That was over before
No,
it began?
no. Because I feel like when you're doing the license, you jump a couple of times with like an instructor or whatever. And it's like, no, no, no. I mean, there is people next to you when you jump, but you're by yourself. And I was like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no.
Good choice. That's not a restful life. That's a lot of stress. That's a stressful life.
Yeah, I mean, for like the minutes that it lasts until once you jump, then you're like, so.
Not if you're responsible for your own parachute. I don't think I'd be
Well, yeah,
relaxing
no,
on the
I
way
guess,
back.
yeah. Yeah, because like there is so many, like he doesn't help either, right? There's like, oh yeah, this can happen sometimes, you jump, you pull the parachute, it doesn't open, you put the second one, but it gets like twisted and then you need to untwist it I was like, you need to untwist it as you go down? Like, are you serious? No chance. I would be like
I
this. I
was
would be like,
I was
without
surprised you let him do it again. If Leon told me that, I'd be like, right, you're not doing it anymore. I'll lock you in the cupboard.
Yeah. No, but yeah, let's think about something that we can do
Yeah,
to raise money
yeah,
um for charity, like British Heart Foundation. I think that would be a really good one. That it
yeah,
doesn't involve running.
yeah, okay. We'll do something. We'll do like a
Something else.
we could do like a boat race. Can you do
Mm.
rowing with your arms?
Yeah, I can. I can. I've trained. In Spain there is like honestly, I think we need to organize a trip
Yeah.
where you come with Liam and Mila and we
Mhm.
go to Madrid and I'll show you around and we'll
Yes.
just go like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Because there is a park in Madrid called El Retiro and it has
Mhm.
like a lake in the middle.
Oh,
And it's a
nice.
thing like to rent a boat there and just row.
Oh,
And I
okay.
used to do
Yeah.
that every summer with my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but I'm pretty sure like there is
Mhm.
muscle memory there.
Yeah. We'd be able to do that,
Yeah, and
easy.
being close to Cambridge, I've seen the rowing races and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe I've picked some
Yeah.
tips.
That's where you'll see us rowing down Cambridge
Yeah.
rivers.
Another thing, you need to come to Cambridge when it's good weather,
Yeah.
and then we need to go punting.
Yeah. We need a female striving over 30 branded boat. And then we can record podcast episodes
Oh my god, that would be
whilst
so
going
fun.
that yeah,
Hey,
it would.
they might go for it, you know? Not kidding. We just need a sticker, so we just put the sticker in
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
and just do it.
yeah. We can order like a female striving over 30 flag and we
Oh,
can
that'd
put
be
it
cool.
you can have it on the
Like a
boat and then
pirate.
we can just yeah, and then we can just we could just record on the boat. I'm sorry, but that's going viral. We're gonna
And
be a
we'll be like, oops,
sensation.
sorry. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. Ah, she fell in the water. Hey, no joke. Let's
Yeah.
think about it because I think
Mhm.
that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
It will be promotion for the podcast. It will be
Yeah.
a really fun episode and it will
Yeah.
be a fun day.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If anybody knows where we can get a flag with
Yeah.
with the podcast, let us know.
Yeah, we need it to be sponsored, please. Sponsored
Sure.
flag.
Okay, so is there
Well,
anything else that you want to mention that maybe we have not talked about, like from the things that you have been doing so far?
I will put the link to so the British Heart Foundation Women's Business Board has our own giving page. So I'll put a link in. So if anyone just wants to give any amount, however big or
Mm-hmm.
small, then I'll put that in the show notes so people can donate if they'd like. And then I guess I'll just keep everyone updated. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, on the British Heart Foundation's website, you can learn this training of how to do CPR,
Oh,
that you can
yes.
go on and do online, and it doesn't take very long, but it teaches you how to do CPR.
Then now apparently the golden song is the one that we can do.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
nice.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Okay. Maybe, okay, when we get together to film a podcast episode, we will make sure we've trained in CPR and then we can do it to the music as
Oh,
to teach
fun.
people as well. Okay.
Awesome. And we need to get one of those like torsos.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure I can
We can
borrow
brand
one.
it famous
I'm sure
Ramina
I
with
can
a
borrow one
video.
from the British Heart Foundation. That can come in the boat with us. This is turning into a whole thing.
Okay, then get one. Let's get one with a head at least, so it doesn't look like a decapitated thing in the boat with us.
We're going to be in the news.
They are
Two,
getting rid of a
two
body.
suspicious women seen in a boat with a flag and a man's torso.
Torso. Like they've been like checking their arms and legs. They're getting rid of the body.
We're going to be on the headlines.
Oh,
Oh.
that'd
So
be
yeah,
funny.
so you can learn CPR if you'd like to donate, and then in the new year I'll give any more information if the
Uh-huh.
fundraising 10K
Yes.
ends up being for British Heart Foundation and everything, and we'll do some stuff in the new year. And also if you want to hear any more about the British Heart Foundation and more specific expert knowledge, then we'll bring on some experts from one of our
Yes.
first episodes next time, so you can listen to that as well.
Yeah. So please make sure that you let us know what type of content you've enjoyed so far that we've done in the
Hmm.
podcast. What are you missing from us? What
Hmm.
can we bring you? Is there anybody in specific that you want to hear from that we can reach out to and try to get on the podcast as a guest? Any
Hmm.
topics? Any crazy things that you want us to do? I mean, we're already gonna try to plan that hunting crazy day. Um, but yeah, make sure that you let us know. Make sure that you comment, message us on our Instagram. We're there very often, and yeah, I guess that's it, right? Like this is the
Yeah.
our little break for
Yeah.
Christmas, and I have
Mhm.
like my
Oh,
gizmo.
yeah. Oh, that's so cute. I have nothing Christmassy. I have literally nothing.
I felt
Um,
like it today. I was like, this is my gizmo
yes. Yes.
hoodie.
I am feeling like I've ordered some little bow um earrings and stuff, so
Nice.
I'm ready for at work and stuff to start bringing in a bit of the Christmas
Cool.
stuff.
Cute.
Um, but I hope everybody has a like restful and seeing as the theme of this episode actually fits quite nicely, I like to spend time with your loved ones and like cherish time with those people that you have around you and be grateful for whoever those people are, I think, over
Yes.
Christmas. And we'll see you all in the new year.
Yay! Bye bye.
Goodbye.